Welcome to DU Digimon.
Hello and welcome to DU Digimon and welcome to another deck profile on the channel. If you're liking this sort of content, please make sure to like, subscribe and ding that notification bell so you're not missing out on any of the latest content. We are back with another BT17 deck profile whilst I've been on holiday. Technically, by the time you're watching this, I'm back, but I edited all of this in advance so I didn't have to worry about it. You know, foresight or something. We are looking at Loogamon today, so FenrirLoogamon. Now this is not my list, this is editor Dan's list, so thank you Dan for providing this list. I was running out of decks to talk about with BT17. There was a bunch, there's lots of other decks that I want to do in BT17. I want to try in BT17, but unlike these ones where we've got physical cards that we don't actually have yet because of the fact that A, at the time of recording, the release date has not happened, and B, that release date has been pushed back in the UK, we are doing these ones. We'll do some other deck profiles for kind of other decks that we can update and kind of change around for the BT17 meta once we've done a bit more testing, but for now, I was kind of running out of decks that I myself and building and kind of updating specifically from BT17. So Dan was very kind. He's given me a couple of profiles. So we'll be looking at his Loogamon profile today, and we'll be looking at his Shine Greymon profile on Friday. Right, into the list. Now, apologies, because this is not my deck, I will be tabbing out a lot, because I need to make sure I know what I'm talking about, and I often don't. So let's get into the card by card now. The first card we're going to be looking at is the Balmon, so that's 4 copies of the Balmon from BT14. Now, I'm going to read this for the exact wording, but I'm pretty sure what it does, essentially you get to cheat into a Digivolve. So when a Digimon card with a Dark Animal or SOC trait is trashed from your hand, this Digimon may Digivolve into that card. So really, really good. So just means that you're able to kind of cheat out your Digivolves. You do have to do it for the cost, but you can kind of, you know, still do these Digivolutions whilst you're mid doing something else. You could be doing something mid attack, and then you can trigger that egg to do a Digivolution. Next, we've got the Dracmon from BT8. So this one is a searcher. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck among them, and add one card with the undead or dark animal and one of its traits to the hand, and trash one such card. Then return the rest to the bottom of the deck. Also does have the when attacking of this Digimon may Digivolve into a Digimon card with undead or dark animal and its traits from your trash for its Digivolution. So another kind of way of cheating into things. All of the, well, not all of them, but the vast majority of the Digimon in this are dark animals, so they do count towards that. We've then got the Fascomon, which has the very simple kind of on deletion of draw 1 card from your deck, then trash 1 card in your hand. Then the end of opponent's turn effect of draw 1, trash 1. So really, really good for that recursion. Seeing Fasco being used a lot more often at the moment. Then we've got the Loogamon at 4 copies. This one, very simply, start of main phase, you can put an AG underneath it so that you can gain 1 memory. Then has that inheritable when you play an SOC, a card with the Dark Animal SOC trait, gain 1 memory. So really good for that recursion. Next, we've got the 3 copies of this guy, the BT15 Loogamon. By trashing 1 card in your hand, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3000 DP or less. If a Tamer card with the SOC trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, draw 1. So again, great for that recursion. Does do a bit of removal as well. 3000 DP can be quite helpful, even though it doesn't sound like a lot. A lot of Floodgate rookies are going to be small, so you can use this to kind of wipe those out. Then it's also got the end of attack once per turn. If your opponent has 1 or more memory, gain 1 memory. So again, really good for kind of that resource recursion. Next, we go into the champions. We've got 2 copies of Fangmon. Return 1 purple Digimon card with the Dark Animal trait for a trash to the hand, then trash 1 card in your hand. That's an on play or when attacking, and not once per turn, so you can actually do it twice in 1 turn potentially. So really, really cool. Well, if you could give this rush, of course. I don't think you would be able to give it the rush, but technically it's once per turn. You know, it's not once per turn, so you can do it many times. Then we've got the Loogamon, BT14 Loogamon here. Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? There we go. Stupid. I do kind of hate the fact that this line has the rookie and the champion only have a single letter of difference between their names. It really annoys me. But anyways, by trashing 1 card in your hand, draw 1, and if you've got AG in the sources, you gain 1 memory, so it does a cool boy when you're attacking, which is quite cool. Then Loogamon Inheritable is when you play a card with the Dark Animal SOC trait, gain 1 memory, so the same as its rookie counterpart. Next, we've got 2 copies of the BT16 Loogamon, this lovely purple-red one. When Digivolving when attacking, so this again is not once per turn, so if you manage to Digivolve, you can also use the when attacking. By trashing one card in your hand, this Digimon gets 2000 DP for the turn, and if a tamer card with the SOC trait is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, draw one. That's really cool, because if you do manage to Digivolve into it and attack with it in the same turn, you can gain 4000 DP and 2 draws, which is really good. Then also has that same end of attack once per turn. If your opponent has 1 or more memory, gain 1 memory. So really, really nice. Next, we've got... when my computer works, there we go. We've got the 2 copies of Black Gatomon. This one is really simple. I don't need to tab out for this one. I actually know this one, funny enough. So this one's really simple. It is a dark animal, so you can cheat it out in various ways and digivolve into it if you wanted it and stuff like that. But basically, it's got Rush, and it has a retaliation inheritable, so quite handy defensively and offensively, and could potentially is like an extra little win con in the deck. Then we've got the BT17 FenrirLoogamon, this lovely pupper here. So he's got retaliation. So again, can be quite good for removal. End of opponent's turn, by deleting this Digimon, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with the lowest DP. So again, that could be quite good, especially if you're going against a single stack deck that only has the one Digimon out. And then on deletion, you may play one Lugamon or AG from your trash without paying the cost. So really decent inheritable there. Or on deletion there, sorry. Then next we've got the other FenrirLoogamon, the original one from BT14. I've always loved this card. He's such a funny card. But delete this Digimon, draw 2. Then you may return 1 Lugamon from your trash to the hand, so really good for that trash recursion, as well as also kind of filling up your hand a bit more. And then on deletion, you may trash up to 3 cards with the Dark Animal SOC trait in your hand, and delete one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon for each card trashed by this effect, and add 1 to the level this effect may choose. This can actually delete a level 6, which is crazy. Next, we've got the original Lugamon at 2. So this guy, when digivolving, you may play 1 level 3 or lower card of the Dark Animal SOC trait from your trash without paying the cost. And if you've got AG in the sources, you add 1 to the level this effect may choose. So you can use this to potentially bring out the Black Gatomon, for example. Any kind of those level 4 or lowers, which is really handy. So bringing out the Black Gato, you get Rush. Really good. When attacking, by trashing 1 card in your hand, gain 1 memory. Then also it has the very good inheritable of when you play a card with a Dark Animal or SOC trait, you may unsuspend this Digimon. So really nice. Next, at 4 copies, we've got the BT16 Lugamon. So this guy, by trashing 2 cards in your hand, delete one of your opponent's 6000 DP or lower Digimon. If this effect didn't delete, you may play 1 level 4 or lower SOC trait Digimon card from your trash without paying the cost. Then all turns effect, when one of your other SOC trait Digimon is deleted, this Digimon with an SOC trait tamer and in its Digivolution cards may digivolve into FenrirLoogamon in the trash without paying the cost. Then it also has that inheritable of if your opponent has 1 or more memory, unsuspend this Digimon. So both of your level 5s can give you unsuspension, which is really nice. Then, I'm not going to go to the Kazuchi one just yet. We're going to skip over to the old FenrirLoogamon, which Dan is playing at 3 copies. When digivolving, you may play 1 level 4 or lower card with a Dark Animal or SOC trait from your trash without paying the cost. So again, that could be a potential Black Gato with Rush or something like that. If AG is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, add 2 to the number of cards this effect may play. So if you've got the AG underneath, you're playing out 3 Digimon, which is insane. When attacking once per turn, by deleting one of your opponent's level 3 or lower Digimon, you unsuspend this Digimon, and for each of your Digimon, add 1 to the level this effect may choose. So this could unsuspend potentially twice in 1 turn because of its inheritables as well. And then your turn, the turn end condition is the opponent having 3 or more memory, which is very much FenrirLooga's thing. So really, really good card. It's interesting that he's kind of gone for more of like the older way of doing things, but he has also splashed in the newer stuff from BT17 as well. So we have got the FenrirLoogamon from... first we'll go into the Kazuchimon. The Kazuchimon in this one, the when digivolving is an end of turn, so it's kind of the flip reverse of the Pulse 1 deck that we looked at on Monday. The Kazuchimon's really important in that deck, whereas in this deck, it's just here so we can get that DNA off. It doesn't have any on plays. It has got an end of turn effect, so if it is stuck on the board, the end of turn will come up. So the when digivolving will never come up because you're never going to have Leon underneath you to do the security stat minus. The end of turn could pop up, so if you've got 3 or more security cards, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 6000 DP for the turn, and if you have 3 or fewer, recovery +1, then one of your Digimon may attack an opponent's Digimon. The thing that is most applicable with this card, though, is the inheritable effect of when a card is removed from your security stack. If this Digimon has FenrirLoogamon in its name, which it will as Takumi Kazuchi, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 8k for the turn, which is really nice. Then we've got 2 of the new FenrirLoogamon, who, not that one, this one, which is this guy is way more applicable in obviously the FenrirLoogamon deck, as you would think, than it was in the Pulse one. In the Pulse one, he's there to be hard played, a bit like the you know, just hard played for general, whereas in this he can actually cheat out the Kazuchimon, which is really nice. So when digivolving, if you've got AG in your sources, you get to play out a FenrirLoogamon or a Kazuchimon from your trash without paying the cost, so you can actually play itself out as well, if you wanted to, if you haven't got the Kazuchimon in there, which, seeming Dan's only playing that at 1, is a possibility. Then at the end of your opponent's turn, return that Digimon to the hand. So ideally, you're going to want it to be Kazuchimon, because you don't want that FenrirLoogamon to just be there. The issue of doing the FenrirLoogamon as well is you won't be able to really give it rush, so that would be, I think, a dumb thing to do. But if you're doing the Kazuchimon, you don't have to worry about the bouncing, because you then get to do your DNA. So, you know, that bouncing won't necessarily be applicable. Then, when one of your Digimon tamers that have the SOC trait or Pulse 1 in the text is played, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 10,000 DP or less, which is a really big threshold. Then the inheritable, while this Digimon has FenrirLoogamon in its name, the turn end condition is the opponent having 3 or more memory, which is awesome, because that means that you do not pass turn unless you've gone over 3. Well, you've gone 2-3, sorry. You know, to your opponent, which is really nice. Next, Dan's put in 1 copy of the Takami Kazuchi. So it's interesting, he's kind of focusing more on the older way of doing it than kind of the Takami Kazuchi. I would have thought maybe putting a bit more of the Takami Kazuchi in. That's just my personal taste. But I don't know FenrirLoogamon that well, so, you know, let me know in the comments if that's where you guys are thinking as well. Let me know, you know, what sort of changes you'd make. But the Takami Kazuchi is kind of bonkers. When one of your level 6 Digimon with Pulse 1 in its text is played, 2 of your Digimon may DNA Digivolve into this card. So if this is in the trash, you cheat out your Kazuchimon with the BT17 Fenrir, you then get to DNA into this, which is really nice. When digivolving, one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 16,000 DP for the turn, which is massive. And if DNA Digivolving, you may set the memory to 3 on your opponent's side. Then if a Tamer card is in this Digimon's Digivolution cards, gain 1 memory and recovery plus 1. Super nice. Then when attacking, by trashing the top card of your security stack, trash the top card of your opponent's security stack. So when you do your when attacking, you trash something from the top of yours, you then trigger your inheritables. So that then means you get to do the Kazuchimon inheritable of minus 8 something. So you've minus 16 something, then you minus 8 something else whilst you're doing some massive damage to your opponent. Really, really nice. Next is the AG from BT14, which I have got again for the wording just in case. I'm so sorry I have to cheat with this. I do not have the memory, especially seeming we're actually at the time of filming. Jank Tank 5 is releasing its latest episode tonight. It will already be on YouTube by the time you guys see this, because it's going to be way in the future. But I was up until like 1:30 in the morning getting the voting poll ready for that. So I am knackered. Plus, I've been working today too. But basically, security play this card without paying the cost. Start of main, if your opponent has a Digimon play, you gain 1 memory, so it's almost a pseudo memory tamer in that respect. Then you also have the mind link, as is customary with all of the Seekers tamers. While this Digimon has Dark Animal or SOC in the trait, it gains Alliance and Blocker, which is really nice. And then you can pop this AG out from your sources without paying the cost at the end of all turns, just in case it would, you know, potentially be threatened by something. So if you need the Blocker, you can put this under. If you think that your stack is going to die, you can pop this out so you're not losing it. Next is the Code Cracker Fang, which is the last card I'm cheating for, as you'll know. Please feel free to rip into the fact that I don't know all of these cards, guys. Play this card without paying the cost if it's hitting security, and then it is a memory tamer, so really nice to have a memory tamer for the archetype. Then you've got that mind link, does the same thing of Alliance and Blocker. At the end of all turns, you could also pop it out. So very similar to the previous one, and in conjunction, they're really nice because it means that you've got the memory tamer, set you to 3, and then at start of main phase, if they've got a Digimon in play, you go up to 4. So really nice. Then no longer have to cheat. I know what these cards do. Analog Youth. We get to do the on play and reveal top 3. Obviously, you then add 1 Digimon card and trash everything else. So it does help you with filling your trash, which is really nice, especially in this deck that wants to have multiple things in the trash. Then, if one of your level 5 or higher Digimon with sources is deleted, you get to gain 1 memory and hatch an egg. So really, really nice and kind of nice standard searching in this. Then we've got the Missed Memory Boost, which you play this, you trash 2, draw 1. Okay, I might have to cheat. Sorry, I'm going to have to cheat on this one as well. I don't play Missed Memory Boost. I'm fairly sure it's trash 2, draw 1. No, my computer's not wanting to play it. Let me know. I'm pretty sure you trash X amount of cards and then you draw X amount of cards. Then it's got a delay effect of gaining 2 memory, as most memory boosts do. And then we've got the Wisdom Training as well, which is to cap things off. Going to add any of our purple cards, also allow us to go into our purple Digimon for a cheaper cost by reducing it by 2. But that is Dan's FenrirLoogamon deck, guys. Sorry it's taken me so long to do this one, just because of what is my knowledge of this deck is not particularly good, and unfortunately because BT17 is not out yet, we've not been able to film it all together, and I'm the only one in the group that kind of does the recording stuff at home, so hence I'm doing the list, despite the fact it's not mine. But let me know what you guys think. If you like this list, please make sure to like, subscribe, and ding that notification bell so you're not missing out on the content. And we will see you for the Shine Greymon profile on Friday. But until then, keep it digital.